This is the fabric I'm going to be using for the sleeve. So I have Ankara fabric at the lower part and I have crepe fabric at the upper part. So what I'm going to do is to fold this fabric into two. I already have it folded into two, so that's the first thing you want to do. So to know the amount of fabric you are going to be folding into two, you are going to be using your round sleeve measurement. So in my case, my client's round sleeve is 14 inches, so that is what I'm marking out here, and I'm added 1 inch to it. So that is what I use to fold this fabric into two. So because this fabric is into two, by the time I open it up, I'm going to be having 30 inches. So that is what I needed to make it to be very puffy. So to know the length you are going to be using, you are going to measure your shoulder to elbow length, and then you are going to be adding 3 inches to that. So that is what is going to give it that puffy look. So what you are going to do is just to mark your curve like this. So just watch the way I'm marking my curve, and if you see, you can see that it is wide. That is because we already make the what we fold into two wide so that it can accommodate our puff. And so this side here, you are just going to make sure that it goes straight down. So that is all you need. So I'm just marking it to make sure that it is straight and it's aligned with the Ankara at the lower part. So now I'm going to go ahead now and cut this out. So now I'm going to be cutting the second part of the sleeve, and I'll also be cutting two pieces for the lining. It's going to be the exact length and width. So after cutting it, I'm going to spread it out like this. Then I'm going to be placing the lining on it. So I'm going to be stitching the lower part first. Then after stitching it, I'm going to be top stitching on it. Then I'm going to be joining this side. So for this side, I'm not going to join it to the extreme end. I'm going to leave about 1 inch space on both sides at this lower part here. I'm going to be leaving 1 inch space. So it is this space that I'm going to be using to pass my elastic band. So after stitching it on both sides and the lower part, I'm going to turn it to the right side. So I went ahead and top stitch on it, and you can see the lower part, the 1 inch that I left yet. So this is the hole there. So now what I'm going to do now is to top stitch on this outer part about leaving a space of 1 inch. So that 1 inch space is what I want to top stitch on now. So now after top stitching on it, I'm going to be pleating this upper part. So I'm going to start from the side here all the way to the second side. So you are just going to pleat it randomly. You are going to space it a little. You just pleat it randomly. So from this point to this second point is what I'm going to be pleating. So you can just go ahead and pleat it randomly, and this is what is going to give you that puffy look. So after pleating it now, you are going to be folding it into two. So now you are going to bring your dress. You are going to measure the armhole. So take your tape now and measure the armhole. So here I have 9 inches for my armhole. Now I'm going to measure this part, this upper part that I've pleated, and I'm going to see what I have there. So what I want to achieve is to have more than 9 inches that I measure from my armhole. So I'll need 1 inch extra to for the stitching allowance. So I have exactly 10 inches here. So in case you don't have 10 inches, maybe you have less than 10 inches. So that means you are going to be losing maybe one pleat on both sides. And if you have more than 10 inches, that means you are going to pleat it on both sides, maybe once on both sides, so that you can have 10 inches, because you just need 1 inch extra. So after doing that, now I'm going to be passing the elastic band on this lower part. So what you're going to do is measure your round sleeve. The length of your elastic is going to be the exact measurement for your round sleeve. You don't want to cut out of it so that it does not become too tight on you or your client. So now I'm going to pass the elastic through it, and after I'm done, I'm going to fold it into two and then shape it. So I'm done fixing the elastic, as you can see, and now I'm going to stitch it by 1 inch all the way down. So after stitching it now, I'm going to be fixing it to the sleeve, to the dress. So now I'm going to open up the lower part of the dress, of the armhole, as you can see me do here. Now the lower part of the where I have joining on the sleeves too, I'm going to be matching it up together, and then I will pin it together. So I'm going to remember to open up the seam, then I'm going to be stitching it all around. So this is the result of our sleeve. You can see how puffy it looks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification, give your comments, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.